All right, I'm in the kitchen with Chef Daniel Peppers Morgan from Peppers BBQ, the best nickname I've ever heard. I'm just going to call you Peppers from now on.
That sounds great.
All right, Chef Peppers, what are we making today?
Well, today we have some southern collard greens today we're going to make. Also, we're doing pulled pork. We're doing smoked chicken. We're doing our Dr. Pepper glazed baby back ribs, and we also have some southern Georgia sausage. Wow. And we have some pineapple coleslaw to go with our chopped pork sandwiches, and some southern potato salad.
I'm eyeing the potato salad right now, Chef, I got to tell you. So the ingredients that we're working with here, is this what you mix in with the collard greens to spice up the flavor?
It is, and these are just some of the ingredients that we use.
Okay.
The last time I was on here, or the time before last, I didn't actually have these ingredients to show the people.
Okay.
This is what separates the soul food traditional Southern cooking from any other type of cooking. These are collard greens I got locally here. They're raised and grown next to the state green chili in Daddle, New Mexico.
No kidding.
Yes, sir. And I get these greens there. One of my distributors has them on hand for me. This is some Greek seasoning that I make in-house. We have green onions, scallions. I also use chicken base. And here is smoked and cured turkey that we use. We're the only restaurant in town that serves turkey legs year-round.
Really?
Yes.
Fantastic.
And I'll use some of that turkey meat to put into our greens.
That's great. All right. Well, Peppers and I are going to keep working on this. I'm going to try my best not to eat the potato salad. So we're going to head things over now to Brittany. Chef Daniel Peppers Morgan. I said I was just going to call you Peppers, but I got to let people know.
That's cool.
Peppers BBQ. So we're doing some collard greens now. You said that the ingredients, the seasonings that you put over there, that's what makes it soul food.
Yeah, well, that's what actually, you have to have these ingredients because that collard green, the stem of that collard green is pretty bitter.
Is it?
Yes, and so you're going to have these ingredients to actually infuse some of the flavors to give you the deception of non-bitterness for these greens.
Okay.
This is the stem, and this is what holds the bitterness.
That's what holds the bitterness.
The key ingredient to reduce the bitterness in collard greens is going to be apple cider vinegar and sugar.
We just had that earlier. That's so funny with that.
Vinegar.
That little pill, Yelp-Tropolis.
Yep.
All right, so when you're preparing it, so how do you get it from this leafy green to this?
What you want to do is you want to wash these greens because they're raised in dirt, of course.
Okay.
And then there's several different types of techniques that, depending on where you're from, is how you're going to do the greens.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm from Texas, and my mama and my grandmother and my great-grandmother used to roll these greens like this.
Okay.
And then they would take them and pinch about 1 inch off, all the way down until you get them like this. You put them in a big old pot with all of your ingredients, and you boil them.
You boil them.
Now, the next thing is, how long do you boil them?
Yep.
Right.
Okay. I suggest anywhere between 3 to 5 hours.
No kidding. I had no idea it was that long.
But I've come up with a technique that I do a 2-day cook on these greens.
Really?
Wow.
To take them from this green leafy stage to this cooked down version here.
That's how you know it's good, because barbecue it feels like the longer it takes for barbecue, the better it tastes. So 2 days, that's got to be delicious.
Exactly. And like I said, the flavors and all the ingredients that you use. Also, one of my secret ingredients is chicken base. We like to use chicken base.
It's a secret.
Well, not a secret anymore. But that's for the competition. See how they mess up.
There you go.
We don't use salt in these greens, and I don't use any pepper.
Really?
Because I have so many other different types of peppers, and I have chicken base that has salt already in it.
Right.
Okay. And then the cured and smoked turkey is going to give the appearance of salt, but not necessarily salt because it's cured and smoked with 100% wood on our 100% wood burning barbecue pit.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's a lot of ways I play tricks with flavors without using salt and sodium.
That's
all right.
amazing. So what do you have going on over here?
Yeah, I was gonna say we got a lot of stuff over here.
And I'll tell you what, with these collard greens, you're gonna want to have some of this. This is called hot water cornbread.
Okay.
And I bet you wouldn't know how to cook this, but you got to have hot water.
Bet you I wouldn't either.
You got to have hot water. And so this will go great with these collard greens because this is cornmeal with some scallions, a little bit of my Greek seasoning, and a little bit of garlic powder too, okay? Right here we have some Georgia Southern smoked sausage that we smoke in our restaurant. We also have some chicken and some Dr. Pepper glazed baby back ribs with some of our slurping barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Now, is this barbecue sauce that you can only get at Peppers?
That's exactly right. It's only get at Peppers. We make it in-house. And another one of our secrets, it's not necessarily a secret, but it's just a cooking technique that I do, is that we prepare our barbecue sauce cold.
Okay.
So
Really?
a lot
Not
of people,
everybody does that?
A lot of people have onions and shallots, and they
Right,
put it on the stove, and they bring it to a heat, and they
Yeah.
reduce it, and then they
Right.
cool it, all that. I don't do any of that. I make my barbecue sauce cold. It's a lot easier to keep, and when I do warm it, it
Yeah.
tastes a little better.
Were you gonna do a whole handful, Chad?
I was. Oh, wow. That's really good.
Yeah, thank you. And we also have some beef brisket that we smoked 12 to 15 hours,
Okay.
and we have some pork today that we smoked also.
Now, you were saying earlier,
pork
Brittany,
is my
pulled pork,
favorite.
your favorite
Yes.
barbecue.
Yes.
That
That's
is my
great.
favorite.
And we don't
Happy one.
necessarily pull it. Got a couple of negative comments on Yelp. One of my customers came in and he insisted that we had pulled pork, and I told him I don't theoretically pull the pork just because we've never done it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we've always taken it, like in South Carolina, you can go to restaurants and they call it mushed pork.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
mush it almost like a potato.
Okay.
And so for me, the type of consistency you get from chopping and mushing this pork,
Yeah.
it's just a better feel in
great.
my mouth.
That's great.
That's all.
Okay.
Well, so, obviously you're very busy with a huge menu, but this summer you are very busy. You got a lot of events coming up. Before we lose time here, Pepper, I want to talk about some of the things coming up starting in June. What do we have going on?
June 7th, we have we're cooking for the Links. It's a money fundraising event for youth that they want to do things in the summer, and the Links are putting that on through a soul food tasting.
That's great.
Okay, we're having all the churches out, Metropolitan Church of God in Christ, youth choirs coming out, and they're doing a competition, and that'll bring people out to the Alice House building at the State Fair grounds on the 7th between 2 and 6 p.m. Mr. and Mrs. Rays are the ones that are coordinating that with the Links, and I'm going to be out there. We're going to be selling samples of our barbecue and all the things we do in our restaurant. And right here is going to be our menu that we're going to do, along with our garlic mac and cheese.
Okay, I'm there.
yeah.
I'm there.
Also on the on July 3rd, 4th, and 5th is Pork and Brew. So that's going to be a big
Can't believe
event.
that's already coming up again.
Yes.
Oh,
I haven't
exciting.
never been out there, and I've heard a lot of good things. It's very expensive to go out there, not for the event, but for me to be prepared to potentially serve 10,000 customers,
Yeah.
a rib or two. So you can only imagine the grueling schedule that
Sure.
that's going to require. Also, the Buffalo Soldiers National Convention is going to be here. I'm cooking on the 23rd of July at the Convention Center downtown, and we're going to cook for about 2,500 men and women. So
Wow.
we're excited about that.
That's great.
Now, if somebody wants to come visit you, where are you located?
I'm located right across the street from the State Fairgrounds, 303 San Pedro Drive, right across from Gate 3 Expo, New Mexico.
Okay.
Know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
And I'm open from 11 to 7:30. We're open about every day, but even when I come and do the show, we usually don't get a chance to open until right around 12:30 when I'm on the show. And then, of course, some of our caterings, we have to adjust our hours accordingly,
Yeah.
only because we only have so many people to work with us that can actually do this type of work, and it's a growing
This
process.
really, I mean, it's a great craft. It's an art form. The way
Yeah.
you're doing it and the techniques that you're putting in. I can only imagine that, as you said, something you learned from your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your mom, all of that.
And then when you get into trying to actually get the cooking processes together to where you can actually train someone out of high school, getting ready to go
Sure.
to college, or a college a senior or somebody that wants a summer job,
Right.
it becomes pretty difficult then.
I would
So it's very hard to try to get and staff our restaurant, especially in the kitchen. That's another reason why I do all the cooking. I have a supporting cast around me, but I have to do all the cooking until I can get
You're the
somebody.
captain of the ship.
That's right. That's right. So.
All right, well, Pepper, thank you so much for coming again. And guys, for more information on Peppers, their barbecue, and everything that's going on with this